I wrote this song about my bird. I had a bird, which I hated, and I only got because...
and he died like probably halfway through if it was you.
Yeah, he did. The bird actually makes me feel a lot of guilt because when I was living in Vancouver...
you weren't around very much. You were on tour.
I was, it was not my bird. I bought it for someone, and I immediately regretted it. And it actually was good. Like, I used to always talk about how I wanted a kid, like, really young. Like, I was ready to have a kid, like, right when I got out of high school. And I started dating this girl, and we had this really intense relationship. And we would talk about how, like, if we were heteros, we probably would have totally got knocked up, like, right away. We were really irresponsible and stuff. And so instead, we got a bird. And I regretted it, and I wanted it to die. As soon as we got it, I was like, I hope it dies tonight. I thought it smelled funny, and it was always looking at me, and it didn't seem warm at all. And I was a cat person, and I hated the thing. And anyways, I wrote this. I used to make me feel better about my guilt. I would take, the bird was called Nick, and I would put Nick in his cage on my desk, and I would sit with my guitar and I would play songs for him as a way of, like, sort of being like, oh, that's an awful noise. Scary. It's so scary. It's like the tide is rushing in, like there's a tsunami, and there's water nearby here, right? Anyway, so I would sing to Nick. I would be like, what do you think of this one, Nick? But with, like, scorn in my voice, like I hated him. But I think about him sometimes, and I think about him whenever I play this song for some reason, because he really was sitting in the room with me when I was writing it. And he was a lovebird, and he had nothing.
You have to say why you named him.
Well, we called him Nick because, like, Nicolas Cage. Like, we thought it was funny that he lived in a cage, and I don't know. Anyways, this has nothing to do with the story, but they can probably edit this whole long story out. But he's actually...
They're going to edit a lot of this.
Yeah, I know. He actually wasn't a boy, and about a year after I got him, I went into his area, and I looked into the cage, and he was making all these weird noises at the bottom of the cage, and I was like, he's finally going to die, and I almost felt bad about it, that I was going to witness his death, you know? And then he kind of, like, moved away, and there was a humongous egg almost as big as him covered in blood, and I realized that Nick was actually a woman.
Exaggeration.
For real.
It gets bigger every time she tells the story.
The egg was huge, and it was covered in blood. It was upsetting, okay? Like, I had no idea that, A, it was a woman, and I had no idea that a bird could just lay an egg like that. And I didn't want to touch it, and I went to the pet store, and I was like, my male bird just had an egg. It has blood all over it. What happened? And they said,
why did you tell this story?
And they said, don't touch the egg, because if you remove the egg, it'll think that its baby is dead, and it'll keep having eggs. So we had to leave the egg in for like a week, and then when it stopped kind of nesting on the egg and stuff like that, we were allowed to take the egg out. I don't know, I hated that bird. God, I mean, it's like Wild Kingdom in my apartment with him in there. I just didn't like his energy. Anyway, this one's for him. Her. Shim. Love, pull your sore ribs in. I will pull your tangles out. In the back of your car, I feel like I have traveled nowhere. What will bring me home? What will make me stay? What will bring me home? What will make me stay? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Everything in my body said no tonight. Everything in my body said no. Everything in my body said no will bring me home? What will make me stay, stay? What will bring me home? What will make me stay, stay? Well, I don't know.